Look at world leaders. Xi Jinping in dark suits, serious, unsmiling, Joe Biden in aviators, ice cream. Nah. Scranton Joe. Narendra Modi in saffron robes at temples. Volodymyr Zelensky. Suits one day, military green the next. Vladimir Putin, shirtless on a horse. Donald Trump in a red MAGA hat. Different countries, different ideologies. So why does it all feel strangely similar? A Swiss psychiatrist named Carl Jung explained this over a century ago. He discovered something beneath your personal thoughts. He called it the collective unconscious. Not your unconscious, humanity's. Deep psychological patterns shaped over hundreds of thousands of years. He called them archetypes, universal roles your brain recognizes instantly. In politics, six matter most. The ruler brings order, the hero protects the tribe, the sage offers wisdom, the everyman, one of us, the rebel, breaks corrupt systems, the caregiver heals and nurtures. Here's Jung's key insight. Leaders don't win because of policy. They win because they activate the archetype your unconscious is searching for. She embodies the ruler. Authority, structure, stability. Biden blends the everyman and the caregiver. Relatable, empathetic, calming. Modi mixes sage and ruler. Spiritual authority plus decisive strength. Zelensky transformed overnight into the hero. Military green. I need ammunition, not a ride. That activated one of the oldest survival patterns in your brain. Someone who will fight for us. Putin channels. The ruler in its shadow form. Dominance, distance, strength. Trump activates the rebel. Drain the swamp. Break the system. Fight the elites. Different faces, same psychological templates. Here's the deeper pattern. Nations unconsciously choose archetypes based on crisis. Chaos, they demand the ruler. Attack, they demand the hero. Division, the everyman or caregiver. Distrust of elites, the rebel. Identity confusion, the sage. This isn't strategy at the surface level. It's unconscious demand rising from millions of people at once. Political consultants may not quote Jung, but they follow the same formula. Identify the dominant fear, select the archetype that answers it, repeat the imagery relentlessly. That's why campaigns across the world look different, but feel psychologically identical. Now here's why this works on you. For most of human history, you lived in tribes of 50 to 150 people. Your survival depended on answering instantly. Who leads? Who protects? Who's wise? Who's like me? Who challenges corruption? Who keeps us safe? If you got it wrong, you died. So your brain developed lightning-fast pattern recognition for these roles. When a modern politician activates one of them, your brain doesn't analyze policy first. It asks, threat or ally? Your amygdala fires before your logic does. You feel first, you think second. That's why politics feels personal, because it is. Now it gets darker. Jung also described the shadow, the parts of yourself you deny. In politics, shadow becomes projection. If your deepest fear is chaos, the rebel feels dangerous. If your deepest fear is authoritarian control, the ruler feels tyrannical. If your deepest fear is weakness, the caregiver feels naive. Same leader, different unconscious fear. That's why one person sees strength, another sees dictatorship. One sees empathy, another sees weakness. You're not arguing about policy. You're arguing about which fear is more threatening. And because those fears live below language, they can't be debated logically. You think you're discussing immigration or healthcare. You're defending your tribe. Attack someone's leader and you trigger their survival wiring. That's why political arguments feel existential. Now here's the uncomfortable truth. Understanding this doesn't make you immune. You can know every archetype, you can understand shadow projection, and you will still feel anger. Because knowledge lives in your prefrontal cortex. Emotion lives in your limbic system. and emotion fires first. Always. But awareness gives you one advantage. The next time you see a perfectly staged photo, a dark suit, military green, a red hat, pause. Ask, okay, which archetype is being activated and which fear in me is responding? You may not like the answer, but you'll see the pattern. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Politics feels emotional because it activates parts of your brain that existed long before rational thought. Jung called it the collective unconscious. Modern strategists call it messaging. It's the same thing. Archetypes, ancient patterns, different leaders, same roles. They aren't selling policy. They're selling the feeling that they can protect you from your deepest fear. And your unconscious, it's been buying that feeling for 200,000 years. And it's not stopping now.